We have the 3-on-3 matchups. We have B Dot, Victor, and Moondoom, which that team should be illegal, by the way. Like, what the fuck's going on, right? Versus OJ, Noah Blackwell, and Taj. Now, Taj, you guys have seen Taj before. Unfortunately, Taj got belted ass on Rob in the San Francisco TNC video, or series, I should say. And it didn't look good for him. Didn't look good for him. He played one of the top guys in the space, and he did get that belt to ass. But I think now with that experience, and see, I'm telling you, in this space, experience and conditioning is everything, man. So you already go and play against a Rob, right? So now you're dipping yourself back into the scene. Now it's a 3-on-3 live dribbles. So now we're gonna see the hooper come out. You know what I mean? I think this is going to be a really good look for him. I think he's looking to seize the opportunity. And I think that he's going to impress a lot of people, and he's going to kind of show the world, like, hey, like, I played against the best 1v1, debatably the best 1v1 player in the world. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up and say that I can't do it with the rest of these guys. And I think he's going to show that. Noah Blackwell. I am very curious to see what version of Noah we're going to get. I think it has been very clear that there are versions of Noah that's really, really good. And I think there are versions of Noah that is really, really bad. So it's very intriguing to see how he's going to come out. I wonder what his role is going to be. He's typically the assassin type, go get me a bucket type of guy. So I'm very curious to see what that looks like. Honestly, what I would love to see from Noah is an improvement on his defense. I think his defense can be very lackluster, which is why he struggles in the space so much sometimes. His offense is there. He's one of the best offensive players I've ever seen in my life. But on that defense side of the ball, we got to at least give effort, because in this space, if you don't get effort, that one trait is going to get zoomed in compared to everything else. And then everything else can crumble underneath you. So I'm very intrigued to see what he does. And I'm wondering who he will be able to match up against, because I'm thinking he's probably going to be the biggest guy on the court in terms of weight-wise. OJ, don't really know much about OJ, but I know he's a pro. So, that's the thing that I truly appreciate about this matchup, is that it's a 3-on-3. It's pro versus pro. We got B-Dot, play pro. Vic, play pro. Moondoom, play pro. Now OJ, Taj, Noah, they all play pro. So I'm expecting to see a lot of good basketball, a lot of pick and rolls, a lot of flare screens, a lot of slips. I will say this is the YouTube space, so am I going to expect some 1v1 action, and some matchups to see? For sure. But I think there's too much of a high basketball IQ for that to be happening and for the ball to kind of stay stagnant. I think these guys are going to be able to read each other's energy very well. So I'm very intrigued how everything's going to go down. B-Dot is just a tough shot maker. Doesn't matter if it's hand in his face. Doesn't matter if he's guarded by two people. Doesn't matter if he's guarded just by one. B-Dot going to get that shot off, and he's going to probably splash in your face, and you're just going to have to live with the results. He's a tough shot maker. Very J.R. Smith-like. Just that boy chucks that shit, and he don't even need to look to see if he makes it, because he just knows, but he has so many reps that, man, he just knows who he is as a player. So very excited to see him jump back in. And I think off his 3-on-3 in Seattle, I think he's coming to make a point. I think he didn't, now I didn't talk to B-Dot, so he didn't tell me this. This is just what I picked up just off energy. I think B-Dot on that Seattle 3-on-3 was a little bit more of a support role. I think he wanted to just get guys going, and not really, force himself to get those shots up. But I think this one, playing with Vic, playing with Mundu, and I think he has that experience with those guys and that camaraderie, that team chemistry with those guys. So I think he's going to have a little bit more comfortability, just not demanding the ball, but saying, hey, let me get that real quick. You know what I mean? So, and Vic and Moondoon, they're not the type of guys to take a shine away from anybody else. So I'm very curious on how this is gonna go, man. I think this was gonna be a nail biter. I want to say this is going to 40. I want to say, I have to double check, but if it is going to 40, I think it should go to 40. I have Team Onlybuckets. 50 to 40. 50 to 40. I think Onlybuckets is going to start off quick. I think they're going to go off on a barrage of buckets and just start really, really hot.